You know what, Ed, this morning we are in the kitchen with Angie Tillman from Blount Memorial, and she is making something that I think you're gonna love. We have overnight pumpkin oatmeal. How delicious and fall, like festive does this sound?
Yeah, it's so yummy. I'm not tired of anything pumpkin yet. I love fall. I love anything pumpkin. And this is such an easy make-ahead breakfast that incorporates pumpkin, it incorporates some oatmeal, some yogurt. So it's really just a good healthy thing that you can make. You put it in the fridge and it's ready. You can run out the door and grab it so that it's so easy and ready to go.
Okay, well that sounds awesome. And pumpkin provides a lot of good nutrients too, right?
It really does. Just half a cup of pumpkin has 4 grams of fiber, which is a good amount of fiber, and 300% of your daily value of vitamin A. So it's really high in vitamin A.
That's perfect.
And then the other great part of the pumpkin is actually the seed. So at the end, I'm going to show you a little homemade granola that I made that has pumpkin seeds in it. And they're really high in magnesium, which most people don't get enough of. So pumpkin seeds can be a great thing to add to your diet any time of year.
Well, that sounds great. Well, how do we make this?
So what I like to do, I love these little 8-ounce glass mason jars. They're so easy. I make salad dressings in them, but they're really perfect for this recipe. And we're going to take our oatmeal, and you can do it sort of in assembly line fashion. So I'll make several, enough to have for several days at home.
And how long do you think they keep in the fridge
They'll keep in the fridge easily for 5 or 6 days.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of oats in each of my jars.
And these are not instant oats.
They're just good old-fashioned oats. And I really like that because once it sits in the fridge, they're still nice and chewy the next morning. So you want them to have a little bit of that fiber in there. So this is just some plain oatmeal. You could use Greek oatmeal. This is a plain whole milk oatmeal. I'm plain whole milk yogurt.
Sorry. I was like, wait a minute.
You could use Greek yogurt or you could use plain yogurt, and it's about a 1/4 cup.
Cuts down on the sugar too.
Absolutely, because we're going to add a little bit of maple syrup, so you don't want your yogurt sweetened already. And then we're going to add some canned pumpkin.
And just about a spoonful.
About a spoonful. It's about a 1/4 cup when you look at the recipe.
And what this pumpkin? What kind of pumpkin is that?
This is just plain pumpkin. So it's 100% canned pumpkin. There's nothing added to it. We're going to add the spices. And then I'm going to add some chia seeds. And what I like about the chia seeds, it just gives it a little bit of omega-3 fats and fiber. And they plump up in a liquid, so it's really just sort of got a nice texture. And then just a tiny bit of maple syrup in each one. And again, you just do it down the line. So you could make 5 or 6 of these. You could make these for everybody in your family. And then we're going to add a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. This is about a 1/4 teaspoon. It smells so good, and this just gives you that. It really sort of tastes like pumpkin pie when you eat it. And after that, you're just going to give it a little stir.
So everything mixes together.
Everything mixes together a bit. And then the last thing you're going to do, and you're going to stir it a little bit more when you eat it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. The last thing you do is you pour just a little bit of milk. It's about a 1/4 cup of milk to fill it almost to the top. And then that's it. You put the lids on and you put it in the fridge. And then when you get up the next day, you open it up and it's really turned into sort of a nice pudding texture.
Oh yeah.
So it's nice and thick. And then I like a little crunch with it. So this is a super easy homemade granola. It's just the same oats and some pumpkin seeds, a little bit of coconut oil, some cinnamon, and some of the pumpkin pie spice. Bake it at 350 for about 30 minutes, and you've got this. It's nice and crunchy. And that just adds a great little topping, and you could run out the door and super easy.
Awesome. Well, Angie, this sounds absolutely great. We're going to have this recipe on our website, so make sure you check it out on there. Do you like it cold or do you like it hot?
I like it cold. It's really intended to eat it cold. You can heat it up if you wanted, but it's really meant to be cold.
All right.
Different take.
Angie always makes our morning a little bit brighter here. Thank you so much. We'll still